You feel like you failed when life doesn't go your way, like everyone else is moving forward and you're stuck, tired, confused, maybe even ashamed. But people around you seem so sure. They chase dreams that aren't even theirs. Some follow paths chosen by their parents, others by society. And you're left wondering if you're falling behind. But what if the real failure isn't in falling behind, but in not listening to your own voice? Because deep inside you, there's something whispering, a quiet truth most ignore. It's not about being the best, it's about being yourself. There was a boy once, Sam. He lived at the edge of a quiet town where life moved slow and people had time to breathe. Sam was once the most cheerful boy you'd meet. But something had changed. He barely smiled. He spent more time alone. While his friends were preparing for university, chasing scholarships and study programs, Sam had decided to pause everything. Not because he didn't care, but because school never made sense to him. No subject lit a fire in him. No grades brought him joy. And it wasn't about money either. Sam's family owned one of the largest horse farms in the region, 20 acres of open land. Wealth wasn't the issue, but purpose? That was the missing piece. One morning, while helping his father on the farm, Sam finally opened up. His voice soft, uncertain. His father, David, listened without judgment. Then he handed Sam a folded note. 3 names, 3 addresses, and one strange instruction. Tell them you're the son of the man with the golden leg. Ask them how they found success. Sam raised an eyebrow. Golden leg? His father smiled. You'll understand soon enough. Just listen to them. All of them. So Sam saddled up and began his journey. His first stop was just a couple kilometers away. A quiet house with wind chimes at the door. An old man answered, tall, broad shoulders, strong even in age. His name was Mr. Andres, a retired athlete. When Sam introduced himself, mentioning his father's nickname, the old man's eyes softened, as if he were staring into a memory. I wasn't a good student, Mr. Andres began without needing more questions. Ranked 38th out of 40. School didn't make sense to me, but I loved running. That was the only thing that felt real. So I ran. Every day. Year after year. I lost races. I learned from them. I kept going. One day I won. Then I kept winning. He looked at Sam with a calm certainty. It's not about being good at everything. Just get better at something. That's where success begins. Sam nodded slowly. Something inside him stirred. Next, he visited a sleek modern house on the edge of town. It belonged to Mr. Thomas, the owner of Sam's favorite restaurant, the place his family celebrated birthdays and big wins. When Sam shared his name, Mr. Thomas laughed warmly. Ranked 39th out of 40, he said before Sam could even ask. I wasn't good at anything in school, except eating and talking. I loved food. I talked too much. But one day I cooked something for fun, and someone said, "This is amazing. You should sell it." I didn't earn much at first, but I kept cooking, I kept learning. Now look at this place. He placed a hand on Sam's shoulder. You only need one passion. That's all. One thing that you love enough to suffer for. That's how you win. Sam smiled. This wasn't what they taught in school. Finally, he reached the last house, simpler than the others, fewer things, a quiet garden. Here lived Mr. Miguel, the top student in his father's class, ranked number 1. Sam was expecting another mansion, another story of big wins and perfect scores. But the home told a different story. I studied everything, Mr. Miguel confessed, but mastered nothing. I was good at school, yes, but not at life. I never chose one thing to give my heart to. Your father? He was different. Sam leaned in. He ranked last, 40th. They called him a failure, until the day he fell off a horse and broke his leg. They wrapped it in a golden bandage. That's where the nickname came from. the man with the golden leg. But he didn't quit. That fall didn't stop him. He turned that injury into a symbol of grit, of loyalty, of love for horses, for the land, for his work. Sam listened in silence. His father, the last in class, the one the world would have written off. He returned home with a fire in his heart. He looked at the horses grazing in the field, and for the first time he saw his future not as a burden but as a calling. He wanted to be like his father, not just working with horses but mastering the art, training, breeding, learning every inch of that life. And maybe he'd study again, but this time with a purpose, not to impress others, but to become better at what he loved. Because now he knew success isn't about ranking first. It's about listening to that voice within, the one the world tries to silence, the one that tells you, this is what you were made for. You'll never find yourself in someone else's story, only in your own. So stop chasing shadows. Chase what calls you, the dream that feels like home, and when you do, the world will notice. One day, they'll call you the expert, the master, the legend. The golden leg wasn't gold because it was shiny. It was gold because it never stopped walking.